Hi everyone, welcome to the vlog. Sorry for looking really sleepy at the minute. We had a bit of a late one last night. We were playing through Final Fantasy VIII on the stream, and I wasn't planning going on so late. I actually started a little bit earlier than I wasn't planning on doing, and things happened and we ended up finishing the game. It was one of those where I got to the point of nearly sort of finishing the game, and I thought I can't leave it now and leave it for another stream. We beat Omega Weapon, which was awesome. That was, I think, third try or something. I had a lot of help, by the way. When I'm saying third try, I had my Sherpa, VV shout out, who was giving me the strategy and stuff to get through. Anyway, we just dropped off baby Retro at her nana's. Some of you might not know, but I'm a primary school teacher. This morning I have what's called my PPA, which means it's there to plan lessons and stuff. But as there's only 1 week left, there's not much to plan really for next week. We've got like sort of loads of trips and things on and fun stuff planned, so it won't take long to plan anything, which means I'm going to use the morning to do some work on the content creation side and stuff like that. So thought I'd film some of that. Yeah, it's full on being a full-time parent and a full-time teacher and trying to do this, because I do try and get out like 1 or 2 YouTube videos now a week, at least 3 every 2 weeks, and we try to put out a new TikTok every single day, or reel or short as well. We need to record the podcast, which goes out on a Wednesday. I need to do stuff with that, so it is pretty full on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire through some schoolwork, and then I'll pick this back up when I'm starting to do some work for the channels and stuff like that, and let you know what my plan is and see what we get on with that. So, see you in a bit. So we're completely sorted with everything I need to do for work. So now, looking at it, I've got an hour, maybe 2 hours to get some stuff done for content. I go really hard when it comes to sort of making content and stuff like this. I've got this sort of plan in my head of where I want to take the channel, want to grow and stuff, and we have the next few years. I've said I'm going to put in really trying to grow the channels, the podcast, everything like that, to see how it goes, to see if we can make something of it. I'm one of these guys where I'll go everything in, and the only time that I end up using at the minute is my time. Obviously, I don't use family time, I don't use work time and stuff like that. So this couple of hours here where I could probably sit down, play some Clair Obscura, because I'm loving it at the minute, and we're going to end up putting into content, which is good, and it's a great hard work mentality, I think. But I need to make sure I keep time for myself as well, and not burn out. That is a big thing. So every now and again I do take breaks and stuff and come from it. But I also know as well, if I want this to do something, you can't just sit and do nothing, which is why we're trying to sort of grow everywhere. So we've got the Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, podcast. We've got the Discord with the amazing community. And when I say I don't have time for myself, one of the best things for me doing this is doing the streaming. It's great. It helps me grow, builds the community and stuff like that. But although I don't have free time, I love streaming because I love playing games. And the community that we're building up is full of amazing people that I get to talk to while I'm playing games and stuff like that. So it's not as relaxing as playing a game on your own, but it does make the sort of the balance of how much time I'm putting into the channel a little bit better. So what we're going to try and do today, and we might have a little look at us doing it, I've got to do some editing on the podcast and get them uploaded, ready to schedule to go for this week's, my main show, my little one, 30 something gamers. What we're also doing as well is I'm starting to set up socials and stuff for the podcast. So we've got them set up, but I need to start turning the podcast into YouTube videos. I've got a sort of basic layout for that, and I'll show you that in a minute when I get onto it. But I'm trying to think of something else I need to add in, and then I can start putting the podcast on YouTube as well, hopefully to help grow there. Then we need to record some videos, some content for TikTok and Reels and Shorts, so you've got some content for the week. So we'll show that, and then what we got that, and also I always use the royal we, like I'm the bloody queen. I ain't no queen. Careful. And I made a media pack last week to try and send out to some sponsors. I've never been sponsored on the channel. I've been sent a few free things. I'm actually getting a free Pokemon top sent through. But the free Pokemon top ain't paying the bills. So we're going to try and get sponsors. The thing is, I've got the media pack and I think I'm happy with it, sort of the numbers and stuff I've got around. I have no idea what to do with it. Who do I send it to? Where do I send it to? I don't know. I have no idea. So any content creators there watching this, unlikely anyone's watching this, but anyone out there who gives some ideas of where to send and stuff like that, any advice, really appreciate that. But we're going to have a look around and see what we can do with that. So let's get into it. So here's my idea for the podcast. I made this, right, and we've got obviously the socials and stuff on that we've made up. My ideal thing is we have the podcast playing with this on, and this TV here, if we're talking about a game, let's say GoldenEye or God of War or something like that, there's footage playing on here on this TV screen, so you can just listen to the podcast on YouTube, or you can see some footage of the games we're talking about, which is ideal if we're talking about new games that people don't know and stuff like that. However, as you've heard, I do a lot of stuff, and this would be a lot of work, either capturing all the footage, editing and putting it in for each episode, which is roughly about an hour long each, or it would mean getting footage from YouTube channels and stuff like that to put in there, which means content loads, finding all the footage. That's really, really time consuming, which I am okay to do if this is yielding a reward. Do you know what I mean? So if this was making money, if we were sponsored or stuff like that, I can afford to put that money in. But family and stuff that makes money and stuff has to come first, and for me it's easier to have this on. I'm going to put something here. I'm going to try and find something I don't know that's a bit more, because I don't like the fact that it's doubled. Look how happy I am and how miserable Boxy is there. I don't think that's bubble, so I want to put something else in here. I don't know what. Let's have a look and see if we can get it, and then it should be easy. We can just upload the videos with the audio over the top, but I need to find what that thing is, and then eventually I want the footage in there. You know, if we get sponsors and we could pay for video editors, or we get sponsors so I can afford to put money in with it. I don't know. We just need Boxy to stop being miserable, as miserable as he is, and then hopefully we might get some sponsors in the world. So while that's happening, we're going to edit some of the podcasts. So I'm going to do the useless microtransactions we did with Dan from Date Pie Podcast, who is awesome. Check out their podcast. And on here, there's not much editing that I do. I just the top and the start where we're checking and getting levels and stuff there. I also make notes that sort of look like this as I'm going through. If there's any issues with the software and stuff as we are making it, I'll pop in. Oh, there's times there, so there we go. There's episode 6. I'll go work backwards because it'll change the timestamp if I don't. So I'll go to an hour 22. That's not the right episode because this is only the short one. But I'll go to those spots and there might be either something went wrong or something, and I just need to cut a little bit out. And so we'll do that, and we're going to get them uploaded back up onto RSS, and then we'll schedule them going live. Yeah. So we'll do that, and then I'll let you have a look, see what I've made. The YouTube video, see what you think of it. You can let me know in the comments. So this is what we're ending up with. Looks a bit better than just static image, so we can start uploading the old ones. We'll get there. So the 30 something gamers YouTube channel, yeah, is going to be starting getting content on there. So if you want to watch the podcast on there, get yourself up there. One man show. This, I've just said that Boxy's going to kill us. Not a one man show. I love you, Boxy. So I've overran on what I was doing. With the work and stuff. This is the problem that I always have. I'm trying to do lots of things, but I'm also a perfectionist, and I don't have time to be a perfectionist. So we were editing the podcast. I could have just that RSS feed downloaded it. There you go. There's the videos, but that's not how I roll. This is how I roll. Sorry, it's a really bad joke to do, my friends. We basically just took too long, so we're not going to do the media pack stuff today. I don't know who to go to sponsors to or anything like that anyway, so we'll just leave that. Lights! But we do need to get some content for some of the channels. So we're going to do a couple of videos now. I'm going to record them down here in the games room. We are down there. And I'll try and set up a camera so you can see sort of how I set up and stuff like that. But we try and get videos out all the time. I need to get one new a day. I've got old ones in the back, but the videos we're going to do today, it's 2 years since I started this journey, madness, and it just keeps changing all the time. Like this, I'm new to vlogging and how to do this. Really, it's a different type of video to do, and you just go into these things. But I need to do a few videos. So I've got content, but I also need to say thank you because the community that we've built up has been awesome, really, really good, and we're gonna put some videos out. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a couple of videos. This is what we've always got with. Sorry, my hand's in the way there. With content creation, is yes, I do want to do a thank you video, but I've got to also use the 2-year anniversary thing to try and hook some viewers in. I know for a fact, especially how the algorithm works on TikTok, I do a thank you video, which I'm definitely going to do, say thank you to the community and stuff like that. That won't get many views, and it's what I want to do, it's what I need to do really for my community, say thank you. But I can also somehow spin the 2 years into some sort of hook or something like that, and we'll try and do that as well, so we can get a video with some views, hopefully, to help grow, monetize, all that jazz. So let's get on with the videos, and then what we'll do is we'll record them now and we'll edit them later. Well, we wouldn't be British, would we, if we didn't complain when it's raining and then complain when it's too hot, but it is a scorchio. Few things this week we've been doing. We finished Final Fantasy VIII on stream, which was topper. We played a few games, didn't really get much traction in them. What we do, Casper on the PS1, X-Files on the PS1, but they were quite fun to play, so we've done that. Lovely weather, and guess what? It's too hot for me outside, so the bairns fell asleep in the car. Normally I stream a little bit later. The bairns fell asleep in the car, and the missus has to put down the baby, not like with a shotgun or anything, like to bed. So what we're going to do, should we rest? Should we play Clair Obscura? No. I'm going to do a quick stream, impromptu one. I'm going to do what I call a collection stream. Basically, a camera pointing at me with my collection. People ask about games, talk about and look at them. They get so, if you're up and coming content creator and you've got a retro collection, you've got to have a bit of energy in them. But I get so many followers from them. I'm 72 away from 13k on TikTok now, and like it's not beyond me hitting that in an hour and a half or so. I've got a few flares as well from this new thing that they're trying to do on TikTok, so we're going to do that and see how that goes. Basically go until the band's asleep, and then me and the missus will sit and relax. Anyway, let's go and do this and see if we can smash 13k. I don't know, maybe the next video I'll tell you I did. Maybe it was shit. Probably.